Hey everybody, how you doing? It's me, and I'm excited for this week's show. Um, it's going to make a change from last week's and from anything I've done before because I have a guest tonight, which is really cool. Sorry about that noise. And she will be on in a little while to talk about her music. Her name is Amy Walton, and she's going to be on a bit later. But thanks for showing up. Very much appreciated. I can see that there's some viewers here. And if you're able to share this link and invite your friends on WhatsApp or whatever platform you use to have friends on, then please do. Because it's going to be a really cool show. So, updates from me. I've been writing this week, and I hope to show you something unfinished, which is nerve-wracking, but I enjoyed doing it last time. And then I have also got a single out today, which is very cool. And it was quite strange. I almost forgot that it was out today because it's one of the first times I've sent it. I planned far ahead, which I have endeavored to do in the past, but ended up being quite last minute. But this time, I had the single sent to the distributors long in advance. So it came out today, and that song is What's It All About? And it was featured on the BandCamp release of my album Songs of New Beginnings, and now it is out as a single on all major platforms like Spotify and all of that. So check that out. I have put all the links in the description of this YouTube video, by the way. So anything that I speak about, there should be a link in the YouTube description. That way I don't need to do lots of clicking while we chat. But yeah, so What's It All About is the focus for today, and it's a song that I used on the album, and it was a very last-minute addition, and it ended up being the first song, and I think that's because I lost it on my phone. That's why I record a lot of voice notes, and it got lost somewhere in the mix, and then like a few days before the album came out, I was like, hang on, this is a cool one. So I started working on it and finished it up, and it ended up being a really cool song that I used for the album, and I'm going to be playing it shortly. But I would also like to play you some new stuff, which I've been working on, and this is a slightly different ethos, instead of working on a whole bunch of stuff privately and then showing it to you. I think it's kind of cool that I can show you stuff while it's being worked on. And that way, when it comes around to doing an album, I can say, hey guys, how about a crowdfunder? You've heard the songs, you've heard the preview. So let's do it. And yeah, other news unrelated to music and my single release today is the other night I just have to share the story because it's the most strange thing that I've encountered, and somebody else saw it with me, Amy, here, not Amy Walton, different Amy, and we were woken up at 4 or 5 in the morning to the sound of foxes, which is not entirely a foreign an affair to happen, strange an affair to happen. We heard foxes, sure, that happens. But then we looked out our window, and in the main road here, in this quite a busy street, but it was 4 in the morning or something, there were, I kid you not, about 10 to 15 foxes running around like crazy. So it was like a swarm of foxes that woke us up the other morning. Then we went back to bed. I just had to tell somebody because it's a bit of a tree in the woods situation where it's like the weirdest dream I ever had, but it actually was real. So I thought I'd share that with you. But maybe it's because, who knows, maybe with the beginning of lockdown or something, there was less disturbance and foxes bred more or something like that. But anyway, I love foxes, so that was cool. And yeah, so I'm going to play you some new stuff I'm working on, and then I'm going to play you What's It All About, which is the single for this week. And if you type in Chris Willow, What's It All About on Spotify, it will come up. Otherwise, just click on the link afterwards in this YouTube description. And oh yes, as I mentioned last time as well, I've set up a Buy Me a Coffee. So if you like the show, you like my music, you like the projects I'm doing, please consider buying me a coffee. I don't drink coffee. I prefer 2/3 Pepsi Max, 1/3 Old Spice. But the website's called Buy Me a Coffee. So it's www. Or you can ignore that, buymeacoffee.com/Chris Willow. So if you wanted to donate to the cause, and if you also like the show and you want to get a better picture for your viewing experience, if anyone has a nice webcam, let me know. But anyway, I'm going to play something new and see what you think. Hey. Trying to think how it goes. This is As of Yet Untitled, and it could be called Between. It could be called Is This Where We Find Home Again? There are a few options for this one, but I'm going to go headphoneless on this, go natural. So just checking my levels here. You can see I've got the 2 mics today, so we're upgrading the experience. So this one is called either Between or The Place We Call Home. Is This Where We Find Home Again? It's as of yet untitled, and some of the lyrics might change, but pretty much I'm feeling like it's there. So I hope you enjoy this. Here we go. Sorry, I just shaved. It's late in the year, and the birds have flown from here in search of a tree to nest in. Am I not the same? Seeking shelter from the winter to be safe from the wind and rain. Is this where we find home again? And remember once more that all of life depends on the moments of grace between two old friends, and the infinite space between time's woven threads. The time passes by, kind and uneventful. Why would I try to change it? Day becomes night before the stillness of the temple stirs in the morning light. Is this where we find home again? And remember life depends on the moments of grace between two old friends and the infinite space between time's woven threads. Thank you very much. That's a new one, work in progress. And I really like it. I think it's perhaps prematurely autumnal. But autumn is around the corner, so it's odd to have a song about nesting after a summer of staying in your own home. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed that one. And I'm now going to play What's It All About, which is the single I have that's come out today, and it's on Spotify and all those sort of places. And this one is very much a meditative, contemplative song that's just wondering what everything's about, and it also deals with the idea of priorities and what's important, what's not important, and separateness from the whole, plus returning to the whole of man, really mankind. And yeah, I really like this one, and I hope you enjoy it. What's It All About? Maybe I will see what becomes of me as time moves further from itself, and the cycles of grief yield to release, the gardens deceased to sprout. What's it all about, my friends? Looking out across the fields, can you see the end? What's it all about, my friends? Turning from the crowd or turning back again? A folding mist rolls in to nurture all its kin and obscure the stains of sin, giving rest to weary minds, tired by the winds that carry those who win and tear the sails of those who cannot swim. What's it all about, my friends? Looking out across the seas, can you find the end? What's it all about, my friends? Turning from the crowd or turning back again? The currents of the air move us here and there, while Grace lives on the edge of town in a cabin biding time. He knows we'll fall again, aching from within, surprised to find the reasons old, but wearing younger skin. What's it all about? My friends, looking out and looking in, can you see the end? What's it all about? My friends, turning from the crowd or turning back again. Thank you very much. Thanks very much for listening. That was What's It All About, and it is out today, and it looks like this on the various platforms. And if you have a look for it and have a listen to it, please follow the old Chris Willow profile on Spotify or wherever you listen. But yeah, it would be great to have you check out the studio version now that you've heard it live. And I really enjoy doing this for you guys, and I want to keep doing it. And I just want to say thanks so much for turning up. You know, I know you've got lots to do. There's a lot on Netflix, and I really appreciate you being here. So I can just see who's here: Linda, Rob, Juliet, Rosie, Amy, Lizzie, Rodrigo. Hello. It's great to have you all here. And as I say, I really appreciate you being here. I very much enjoy doing what I'm doing here, and sharing these songs is great. And I have never really had a platform to share other than like a major release effort. So this is super cool. And if you'd like to support me, once again, buymeacoffee.com/Chris Willow to keep this show on the road. And I now would like to turn the attention slightly away from my single this week and talk about some of the other work I've been doing. I have been working with an amazing singer called Amy Walton. And it's probably the first time that I've been this involved in a project, this intimately involved in the creative process of somebody else's project. You know, I tend to do a lot of my own projects, but I haven't yet applied those skills to somebody else's vision and help them form that vision stuff until now. And I formed a really cool relationship with the singer Amy, and I'm gonna get her on the show within the next 30 seconds to talk about her release, because she had a single out yesterday which I helped produce. I mixed it and mastered it, and I played the guitar on it, and it was just an amazing experience to have worked with her on it. So I'm going to get her now. So let's just see if she's here.
Hello.
Amy, are you here?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Just give me 1 second. Why not? There you are. Hey guys, just bear with me here. Okay, Amy is there. Okay, Amy, can you talk for me?
Hello, 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 hello. 1, 2. Microphone, invisible microphone. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 1, 2. So, Amy, how are you doing?
1, 2, 1, 2. I am excellent. How are you, Chris?
Sorry, I've got a little funny thing happening on my side here. Amy, hello?
Hello, hello.
Everyone else can hear Amy, so don't worry, Amy. It's working well. It's actually me that's the issue here. So hang on.
Okay.
Oh, there you are. Okay, so, Amy, how are you doing?
I am good. I'm good. I'm excited to be here. I've watched one of your shows before, so it's really cool to be here as a guest.
Well, it's good to have you. It takes the talking pressure off me because I have felt like, hey, it's me talking in the room. I sit in all day anyway. So why don't you tell people a little bit about what you do and what you have done this week, because it's a big week for you in it.
Yeah. Well, I'm Amy. I'm a fellow South African, so hi to any South Africans out there living in London. I'm a performer and a vocal coach. And in the last few years since I moved, I was just kind of finding work and finding my feet. And it was in the last year that I was like, right, I need to get back to writing and to my true self. And I'm just very lucky that I've known Chris for years, and you know, finding a producer and finding someone that is willing to share your vision and also be honest, and it's a really hard job sometimes. So, you know, I think we just have a very natural musical connection because we've done a few gigs together, and I just thought he'd, you know, apart from the fact that he's also an excellent guitarist, would be really helpful in kind of helping me with this song. So the song that I released yesterday is a song called Down. It's on all the Spotify, everything. It's just Amy Walton on Spotify or Amy Walton Music on Instagram and all that kind of stuff.
Amy, just so you know, I'm showing them the cover now so they can see that.
Oh, okay.
Cover.
I'll check out the lag in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I've got the two screens open. It's funny. Yeah, so it's, I guess I can just speak a little bit about it. It was a song that happened by accident. I just got a new laptop. It was my first time going Mac. And I was, before I even had Logic, I was just playing on GarageBand, and I was doing some other random song, and then I just had this melody randomly come to me, and I was, you know, at the end of that session started creating this song, and I think we'll discuss that a bit later, but it just kind of came to me really naturally, and that's kind of almost the best part of writing, when it does just comes easily like that, except for the second verse. that's always the second verse. What's the purpose of the second verse?
It seems to be a thing. It's the same with me. So you write something very, very quickly, and then so you get from 0 to 95% in like 20 minutes or less, and then the last 5% is agony.
Yeah, exactly. But like I'm very lucky with Chris because I mean, other stuff that we're working on, I get him to help me with lyrics now, just to spitball ideas and everything. Is that the correct term, spitball? I have no idea. If it's not, I apologize. So yeah, and should I say what the song is about now or afterwards, or what do you
Completely up to you. We can play it and then you can talk, or you can talk more.
You know what? I think maybe listen to it before I tell you what it's about.
Okay.
Because I think the beauty of songs is when the listener can kind of find their own reason.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to play Amy's song. For those of you who tuned in last time, I played some of the backing vocals and little bits and pieces, but made sure to not play the whole thing, because that was saved for today, of course. And the song actually came out yesterday, did it not, Amy?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, you muted yourself. My bad there. So yes, here we go. The song is called Down.
Kiss me like it's the last time. Kiss me like you won't see me again. Touch me like it's the first time. Touch me it's getting kinda cold in here. Trying to stop this flame from going down, going down. 'Cause it's getting kinda cold in here. Ask me, what am I thinking? Ask me, I'll tell you everything on my mind. Tell me why you've been distant. Tell me, are you ready to leave this all behind? Trying to stop this flame from going down, going down. 'Cause it's getting kinda cold in here. Trying to stop this flame from going down, going down. 'Cause it's getting kinda cold in here. Pull me closer, 'cause my back's against the wall. Pull me closer, like you used to before. Stay here with me, don't leave me in the cold. Stay here with me, 'cause I need your warmth, need your warmth, need your warmth, need your warmth, need your warmth. Trying to stop this flame from going down, going down in here. Oh, down, going down. 'Cause it's getting kinda cold in here. Cold in here. Cold in here.
Wowzers.
Kind of pretty. It's all right.
Very, very nice, Amy.
Thank you. Thanks to my sister. She's complimenting me on WhatsApp right now. Thank you very much. She's going to get that in 30 seconds, which is going to be funny.
There's a slight visual delay. If anyone's worried about that, don't worry. The audio's all good. Yeah, my apologies for moving around in that. I suddenly thought, I should get the guitar in case I want to show something, and then I felt really bad. I'm like, this is Amy's moment. Don't move. So then I pulled myself together, but it's just lots of excitement. So much excitement. Amy, it's a beautiful song. Congrats.
Thank you.
And for those of you who want to check Amy out online, you'll see that there's a little animation video as well that goes along with it, which animates the artwork, the line drawing artwork, which is really nicely done. And so, Amy, do you want to talk about how we reached that version of the song? Actually, I'm going to just check out these comments quickly, Amy, for you. So we got some comments in there. Hey Amy, says LX. So that's a hi from somebody that you don't know, who's very nice. Robert Scott, amazing song. Ross Bennett, such a voice. Rosie Osborne, clap, 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 clap. Heart, small heart, heart, small heart. Phil Brickell, stunning vocal. Phil, I'm assuming you're referring to my live performance vocal. Are you not? Yeah, but Amy, those are all yours. Compliments coming in. So thank you everyone for your engagement.
Thank you. It means a lot. It's always scary putting music out into the world and just hoping people like it. But yeah, how did I do that song? Well, I have a habit of writing songs really slowly. And that was one of the hardest things is when I brought it to Chris, was that he was like, it's too slow. And I was like, no, this is fine. You know, I can't sing it any faster. It won't flow. It's not going to be easy to sing those intervals. And he was like, no, you have to do it faster. And then I did it faster. He was like, it's still too slow. And I had to do it even faster. And so that was really hard in the beginning. I think when you write a song and you have a set tempo in your head, it's really hard to get out of that. Yeah. But it's so important to play with tempos. It makes such a big difference to a song.
I would say that almost always. Amy, could you do me a favor quickly and just quickly deactivate and reactivate your thing? Let's see if it's better. It might be better. If not, it's fine. So what I feel with this stuff is this is like a modern phenomenon that people very much discovered upon myself with my own projects. Because a lot of us, might be interesting to you, non-musicians and musicians, that in the old days, recording was very expensive and difficult. So you would perform live a lot, and then you would basically go record what you've done live, you know, and then the energy is there. But Amy and myself are in the situation where a lot of the stuff we do, and correct me if I'm wrong, Amy, but like it starts at home, could be late night, noodling, and you know we're not singing at performance volume. We're not got no energy of the stage. So almost with myself, it's almost always too slow, you know, that it starts with. And I was particularly mean to Amy on this one because I just thought, you know, great, we're on the same page. I just, you know, she wants to if she wants to work with me, let's do this. And later I find out now that she thought I was terrible and mean.
No, it's good. I think what I've learned in my small experience of Song to Release original stuff is honesty is the most valuable asset you can have in a musician or producer. And I mean, I'm a vocal coach and I'm very honest with my students. And so it's a shock when you have to receive it, but it's so healthy for the soul to actually to get that kind of feedback. And I think what I found with Chris, and even with other songs that we're working on, because we're working on other songs right now too, is that for him, the most important thing is the music and the song and the story, and that's more important than chops, whether that may be doing riffing and running. It's more important than anything. And I think I really respect that because I always feel like I can trust where my music is going to go. So I always appreciate that. But then, I mean, I think even with this song, I'm a piano player. I don't know if anyone else here plays an instrument, but it's very easy to get quite saturated with the sound of your instrument and especially, I mean, it's different if you have a real piano. I think you can never get bored of that sound, but I've just got a keyboard and it's missing all those harmonics and overtones. And I think I wrote it with a kind of like this da 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 kind of rhythmic feel.
If you want to play
it just felt so, oh yeah, he's got it. It just started to feel stale, and I've always dreamed of playing guitar. I'm a baby and I find it hurts my fingers.
Me too.
But I'm going to get over that. I don't want to get calluses, but
I still don't have calluses.
Yeah, and you don't have them.
Soft. A little bit.
So yeah, I suppose it was also just with the song playing with the idea of doing, sometimes arpeggios sound nice on piano, but they just often sound better on a guitar. um, maybe that's me. I just love the way it sounds on a guitar, and I felt like the song was going to be lifted with a guitar versus piano, or keys, or EP, or whatever you want to describe it.
So when I heard this song, it was like, this is hard to do. So you hear, instead of like do 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 do, it was more like a gang, a bit more Vegas maybe. It's not a criticism. It's cool. So this is how it started. It's a voice note, I think. Can you hear it ruffling around? It's kind of cool now.
Kiss me like it's the last time. Kiss me like you won't see me.
So the lounge version. I kind of like that now. But when I first heard that, I'm like, it's too slow. Make it faster. And it was actually really cool for me, this experience, because working with Amy also pushed me as a guitarist, because it was a weird balance, the perfect balance, I guess, of me being allowed to do what I wanted to do and her wanting a certain thing, and translating piano music onto guitar is not always that natural, because it's such a different instrument. And she pushed me a bit to get it. We spend a lot of time basically getting the exact right part. So it's one of those things where there were just many versions of this song. And I think what was great about working with Amy is that maybe after the first shock, she she acclimatized and realized that, like, kind of with me, when working on a song, there is like, my goal is for there to be zero personal ability ego involved. So it's not about what you can do, it's just about the song. So the song is in charge, and like I was privileged enough for Amy to bring me as a person in for us to both chase the song, so it's not about us anymore. It's about the song, and how can we serve the song and do our best to give it the version where it can live happily ever after. And also, it's a great song, so working on a song that Amy wrote, like, I don't know when you wrote the song. It was a long time ago or not.
Yeah, March something.
Yeah, it was just really amazing and a privilege to be that close to somebody else's song. I admire you, Amy, for doing that, and with the new stuff as well that we're working on. Just, I think I might find it hard to be that willing to let somebody else manhandle the song. And I think one thing I did with Amy, I think, which is probably a the first shock. The first shock is the deepest. No, but different song. But she had recorded a whole bunch of backing vocals that are really nice, and like in no time at all, I just muted or deleted all of them. Like, I didn't keep a single one of the first chorus, and it didn't even cross my mind that like maybe she'd be upset or whatever. It sounds great without them. And Amy was like, tactfully said, like, I think, I can't remember exactly what the wording was. The WhatsApp message came to, I think it was something like out of interest. It was like kind of like out of interest. Where are the backing vocals?
Why?
It was like, why? I'm like, what do you mean why? The song demanded it of me, Amy. The song demanded me. And I think that as a producer, that was an interesting thing for me, because somebody who writes a song can be so close to the song that maybe somebody else can see something in it that they don't see. And for me, getting rid of Amy's backing vocals in the first half of the song allowed the song to breathe in a way that you really get to know her voice. Because ironically, when there's lots of her voice on top of each other, different layers, you don't hear the unique character of her voice as much as when it's just a single line. So my goal with this track was to first establish the song and the narrative and Amy's voice, and then as the second half, from verse 2, the gloves are off and the backing vocals start to build up, and they're amazing backing vocals. It was by no means muting them because they weren't good. They were amazing.
Yeah, I think recording backing vocals in general is just my favorite part of everything. It's just, I think spending like 12 years in a choir has just instilled my love of harmony, and yeah, so it was a process, but I think it was really organic, which was nice, and there was no offense. I think if like, even with anything we're working on, if Chris changes something, sometimes I just have to take a day. I don't listen to it and I go for a run, and I'm like, all right, let's get whatever feelings of passive aggressiveness are pumping through my veins, get them out my system. And then I listen to it again with those fresh ears. And then, I think just getting that little bit of detachment and going, okay. But yeah, I mean, what was quite interesting is that I found the very first version of that song, which was, when I was speaking earlier about how I had that random song, and at the end I was like, oh, what's that melody? That's really pretty. And actually today, because Chris was like, oh, do you want to send a rough version of the song, and when it was really slow and had the gung 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 gung, which I'm still going to use for another song, don't know what. And I came across the original version, like listening to it earlier, I was like, oh, that's quite nice. Oh, I think I need to like get rid of the melody, and I need to use that for something else. And it's,
you mean the
it's
lyrics?
interesting when you hear it.
But Amy sent me this original version of the song today, and it was the first time I'd ever heard it. So what I thought was the original version was actually already a few iterations in. And this other version is so different that I've heard for the first time today, that had she sent this to me the very first time, I think, who knows, it would have sounded, our end product would have been completely different. But I think yeah, you've got a whole nother thing. But this is just interesting for people to hear how a seed of an idea can be so unbelievably varied in terms of what tree it grows, and to other people it will be a completely different thing. But in your heart or your brain or whatever it is, us as writers, you have this thing that you nurture, and you try and find a place for it to live. And it might take many occasions. So I'll quickly play the original version that Amy sent me, which is like an entirely different... Oh, no, she didn't say. She sent it me today. I never heard this before, but this is how her song started.
Kiss me like it's the last time. Kiss me like you'll never see me again. Touch me like it's the first time. Touch me like you don't know how I feel.
I quite like these changes, these chord changes. Very nice.
Trying to stop this wave from going down, down, going down, down, going down, down. 'Cause it's getting kinda cold in here. Stop this wave from going down, down, going down, down, going down, down. 'Cause I'm getting kinda cold in here.
This is really cool, and I think that there's a whole nother song in there.
Maybe we should just make two versions of it. No. I think it's. I think one of the really fun things of when I don't know about any other songwriters here, but I've got like 1,000 voice notes on my phone of things, and sometimes you forget about them, and a year later you listen to them, you're like, my goodness, that's so good. But when you first listen to it, you just all that self-deprecation kind of creeps, and you're like, oh, it's not good enough, oh, I don't like that. And it's really funny how that seed, sometimes it can just be dormant. Too, I've written songs where actually Chris and I on Monday finished a song I've been trying to write for 6 years, And it's, just one of those things where it's really slow growing, like an avocado. And you're like, come on. I just gave it some space for a few years. And so,
It's
but
a
yeah.
weird thing. I think that especially nowadays for the DIY artist, where you actually do all the different phases. In the old days, you would write a song, you'd go into the studio, you wouldn't even plug in a microphone. The engineer would plug in the microphone, the producer would be standing there. There's a lot of other people doing other things, but now you are required to be all of the people. So I find with myself that I wear different hats in different seasons. So there'll be the voice note Chris, where I'm recording. I go through a really creative phase, and it's just demos like exactly the same as you. So on the voice notes, and then I will come back to it really detached and just hear it as if this is some other songwriter, and go, like that one, don't like that one, something in that one. And I think that the benefit of working together is that that whole thing can be sped up like massively. The whole process can be accelerated, because as one person is like, if you're getting tired on the song, you send it to me, and then I got some new ideas. Or even if I'm mixing something for you, I find that there comes a point where I don't even know what it sounds like anymore. And then I send you send it to a friend or somebody, and you just go for a run. I did the same thing. And then, the other party hears it with different ears, which is really helpful for me.
I think just also to add that what I also really appreciate when working with you is that you force me to get better at Logic or DAWs in general. I feel it's something I've put off getting good at for a long time, I think. And just, lockdown made a big difference with that.
So DAWs, for anyone listening, is Digital Audio Workstation. So it's the software version of what used to be a big mixing desk and recording studio. But yeah, I hear you. Lockdown. I mean, I'm this live stream that I'm doing now. I've got this mixing desk here. I've got cables everywhere, and I think it's an interesting time, especially now, with the lockdown and stuff, where anything that could be procrastinated can no longer be procrastinated. It's now. Right now, have to learn how to do everything, and even if it's kind of fixed with, sticky tape and strawberry jam, it gets fixed somehow.
Yeah.
But I just want to check in some comments now quickly, because some people have been writing. Thank you so much for your comments, everybody. I'm not at all ignoring them. I'm just going to check them in kind of in sections, because otherwise I'm living real time, but always 30 seconds behind the times. There's my mom. Beautiful. You're getting added to somebody's playlist here. Lentalo. Song was just beautiful. Amy is an incredible singer. Euro agrees that your guitar arrangement is super special. It's such a great compliment to the song. Integral vibe. Love it. Thank you very much. Very kind. Costa. It's your boy. Isel. Keen to drop beatbox shizzle. For shizzle. Yeah, I'm in. Costa, whatever you're saying. Let's do something. Thanks for tuning in. And I have really enjoyed having a guest this week, I must say. Amy, you've made this really fun. And we're going to wrap it up here. And I'm sure that I will have Amy on again, because we are working on stuff. So call to action, if anyone wants to help us in any way, please share Amy's song. Amy, you can just put in the chat now if you want. Amy's going to put a link to her song in the chat. And we can support her there by listening on Spotify and adding it to playlists. And if you follow her on Spotify, then you'll be alerted when the new stuff comes out. So please do the same for me. What's It All About is the single that's out today. If you have enjoyed the show and you would like to keep this show on the road, please consider buying me a coffee. Not that I drink coffee, but www.buymeacoffee.com/Chris Willow. You can give £3, or you can give as many coffees as you want, so as many £3 as you want. But you guys have been great. Please share this with your friends, and this video is going to stay up, either edited or unedited in some form. I think, and so you can share this after the fact. You can show your friends Amy's song, and you can share this video long term. I think it's going to stay up. But it's been an absolute pleasure, and I will catch you guys another time. And I'm going to play myself out with What's It All About, the single version, the proper version that's out on Spotify now. And then you can listen to it whenever you want on Spotify, and you can listen to Amy's song. Thank you, Amy. You've been a star.
Thank you, everybody.
And thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Please help me to keep this thing growing. So the next one is on the third Wednesday of the month. So this is the first Wednesday. So first and third Wednesdays of the month, I'm going to be live here. So the 16th of September, you can put a note in your diary. And I'm not sure if I'll have a guest yet or who it will be. I want to get my sister on at some point because she's got a lot of exciting stuff going on. And thank you so much. It means a lot. And I'm going to play you out with my new single, What's It All About? And I'll be in the chat room while it plays if you want to say hi. Maybe I will see what becomes of me as time moves further from itself, and the cycles of grief yield to release, the gardens deceased to sprout. What's it all about, my friends? Looking out across the fields, can you see the end? What's it all about, my friends? Turning from the crowd or turning back again? A folding mist rolls in to nurture all its kin and obscure the stains of sin, giving rest to weary minds, tired by the winds that carry those who win and tear the sails of those who cannot swim. What's it all about, my friends? Looking out across the seas, can you find the end? What's it all about, my friends? Turning from the crowd or turning back again? The currents of the air move us here and there, while grace lives on the edge of town in a cabin biding time. He knows we'll fall again, aching from within, surprised to find the reasons old but wearing younger skin. What's it all about, my friends? Looking out and looking in, can you see the end? What's it all about, my friends? Turning from the crowd or turning back again? What's it all about, my Friends, looking out across the fields, can you see the end? What's it all about? Friends, turning from the crowd or turning back again.